Alright everyone, welcome to this video where I'll be comparing Chang-Li with Jin-Si. These characters are doing two different things. We have Jin-Si, who is a main field DPS, versus Chang-Li, who can play main field DPS, and she can also do burst DPS, with a little bit of supportive capabilities because of her outro. From what I've been seeing on my feed, is that Chang-Li is the must-pull for this patch. I don't believe any of these characters are a must-pull. You'll be completely fine without going for any of them. None of them have a crazy enough supportive ability to be considered a must pull. I think the only must pulls are supports, like some crazy supports would have to be a must pull. But the battle between two damage characters, they can never be a must pull in my eyes. Looking at some echoes and stuff I'm going to be doing for these characters, I'm just going to quickly show what you can expect to do, damage you can expect to do with these characters. This really has nothing to do with why you should pull one character over the other, or even pull any of these characters. But I kind of feel like I have to show it because I haven't really gotten the calculations correctly on Chang-Li in the past. I will do it here though. As you can see, we have a new echo here for Jin-Si. Before I go to the next slide, total crit value, both 90 for them both. And I split out their crit rate, crit damage as close as possible. Everything is done equal. This echo has two parts to it. Main part, the active, just like any other echo, it comes out and does damage, which is going to be considered resonant skill, by the way. And then it has a passive part where every 6 seconds you are going to get a stack, right? And stack up 3 times. When you use a resonant skill, it'll eat up that stack and do 64% AoE spectral damage, right? Whoever gets hit by that will bleed, and they can bleed for 6 seconds. They can bleed multiple times and it'll increase the duration. And the main important reason of this is so that Jin-Si can be doing damage while she's off field, okay? And she needs to do damage while she's off field so that she can stack up her incandescence. Moving on to the weapons, we have Chang-Li's here, Jin-Si's here. You can go ahead, pause, and read these. I do not feel like reading them. I've considered them both to be at maximum stacks for all calculations. Here are the stacks, or the stats for both the characters. Both getting a Marina, the turtle, and some more attack from the healing set. This is the only character I'm using here because a lot of people are going to run these characters with different teams. Me personally, I will be using Chang-Li with Tauchi, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be pulling for Jin-Si because I already have 2 DPSs on my account. It's just a lot less valuable for me. And I believe that's the reason a lot of people are also saying why everyone should pull for Chang-Li and not Jin-Si, because a lot of people have been playing the game for a while now, and they have at least 2 DPS characters. So getting a third one is just a lot less value. And yeah, here's the Inherent 1, Inherent 2 for Chang-Li. I've considered Inherent 1 being at 10% instead of 20 because it's just the way this thing works. Inherent 2, 15% defense ignore has been added. And this is Fiery Feather is not a inherent, it's the part of her ultimate that gives her some attack, which I've included in here as well. Here's Jin-Si's, complete waste of a second intro inherent skill, And yeah, let's move on. So this right here, by no means should sway anyone to get one character over the other, unless you like seeing big numbers, to which then you'll just sprint Jin-Si. But that out of the way, you can just go ahead and take a look at all these damage numbers, and then I want to kind of get into why you should pull one character over the other if you do want to pull them, which is here. So it's just like 4 reasons why Chang-Li and only 3 for Jin-Si. And the first one for Chang-Li is that she can be played as a main DPS or a burst. Right, you can hop on her, do all your shit really quickly, get off her, and then she gives the next character a damage buff. Right here. This is the main thing people say you should pull this character for. It's this outro. It doesn't state anywhere that this is a deepen, right? And if this is just a normal damage bonus, like you can get on your echoes, it doesn't look that crazy. And I don't think it's a must pull because of this. Now, there's also characters already in the game that this is going to help, such as Encore and Chixia. They're going to get a good buff from this right here, but it's not going to be an insane buff. It'll be like okay, kind of forgettable type buff. And Changli's free-to-play weapon is a lot better than Jinxi's. Now, as far as Jinxie goes, she is the better main DPS. She is a far better main DPS than or Changli. I don't even think she can play a burst DPS. Maybe you could hop on her, use her ult, but I don't think getting her fourth resonance skill is going to be that quick. Now, a scenario where it would be very good idea for you to Jinxie is you have a lack of DPS on your account. Right? Say you have only one DPS character, or maybe you have zero. Jinxie is going to be a very strong one, and she'll do wonders on your account if you are having a lack of DPS. And she'll be the only Spectro on field DPS. If there's ever a buff in tower that buffs Spectro damage, guess who's going to be destroying it way more than any other DPS? It's going to be Jinxie. So I'll leave it up to you guys. I'm not going to tell you who to pull for, but if you guys are like in the middle ground and you're not sure who, I would say Changli has a little bit more longevity to her name. Right? She can act as a support or a burst. Not okay, she's not a support, but like a kind of a support with this damage buff here. And then as a burst DPS that gives a damage buff, she's like a fusion Yinlin. Okay, that's a way you can kind of look at her. But once again, pull for characters you like. All right, these are just pixels on your screen. It doesn't really matter too much. Don't really let anyone convince you on who to pull. Pull who you like, and that's what I will always stick by. I will always pull for characters I like. With that being said, peace out, guys.